shut up! God damn it! I'm not yelling!
Okay, Boomer.
What's up, boys?
What up,
Commander?
I really gotta update that intro, man. Gosh, it's like a little dated.
I love it.
It's so nostalgic, man.
It's very boomer-esque, if you will. So, welcome to another edition. It's Wednesday. A couple interesting things going on in the news. We are going to stay far away from Alec Baldwin and that whole thing. Well, I guess we can talk about it tonight if you want to. Maybe we can take a council vote on that. But I thought what we could start off with was the Saturn Awards just rolled around.
Yep.
And we got some beautiful news. I feel like it was long. Oh my God, GraphWeb said a word.
What was were they? Well, and then he said cancel Disney.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
He stays on target.
Were they from Titan?
Keeping us on our toes.
The Saturn Awards, were they from Titan?
Oh God. So the biggest thing, I think, the coolest thing that came from that was Filoni got recognized, and we got there it is again. And we got Clone Wars, got Best Animated TV Show. Thoughts? It's been a long time coming.
I don't know.
That art was probably the best animation I've seen come out of Lucasfilm ever. Everything. I think that was their best. That was their newest attempt, and they had done Rebels since they finished Clone Wars season 6. So they had very many seasons of that to dive into, 4 full seasons of that to dive into to really brush up on their animation. So when they went back to Clone Wars, I feel like they took all the tricks they learned on Rebels and they used that video game technology from the old days and really made that fight between Maul and Ahsoka really feel very live action without being live action.
With the mocap and everything.
Yeah, that motion capture was great.
Bro, that stuff is
unreal.
Amazing. And that fight scene showed it. I mean, the stuff that they were doing felt real, because it was.
Dude, I could immediately tell that it was Ray Park by the way that he was moving. It instantly could tell it was just different.
And that was
it was awesome.
Loved one of my beefs with Clone Wars was the feel of the fighting, because it felt kind of choppy. Same thing with Rebels. It was like, I don't know what you call it, not anime, but kind of like that.
It wasn't mocap though. It wasn't a computer scene. You know what I mean? Like that's what that was. That was a computer scene.
Yeah, but when they brought Ray in and you got that real kind of deliberate movement from him, that was, I think.
I wish Ashley had that kind of talent. Like I really wish it would. Like it would just would have been so fitting if it was legit her. Just for the face capturing as well, but which they did anyway. But it would have been so dope after 6 seasons of Clone Wars if she actually went and learned this stuff, and then they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do this cool scene," and she's like, "Can I do it?"
Hell yeah!
For me, that would have been just like mind exploding.
Because they had a little stunt. They had a stunt lady do it, right?
Yeah,
she was an Asian gal.
I thought, and I could be totally wrong, but I thought that was one of the. I don't want to say Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but one of the actors that is known for doing sword play.
I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it is actually someone that was close with Ray Park from Wushu, but I'm not sure. And that's probably wrong. But
it was amazing. I mean, and the story was awesome. I mean, they gave us the Siege of Mandalore. That's a story that we've only heard rumors of, and everybody wanted to see it. I know a lot of people hated the Ahsoka side. I call it the sideline story, with the Martell sisters and all that. But really, that whole season was more about Ahsoka than anything else. We knew where Anakin was. We knew where Kenobi was. But we really didn't know where Ahsoka was during this time. So it was really fitting that the most of the story was about her.
Yeah. So I was super excited for him to get that. I think it was fitting with the 7th season coming out, really tying everything together. That was awesome. We also got best presentation on television for The Mandalorian, which is absolutely badass. And I think, part of the coolest thing for me is that the stuff is getting recognized big time in major mainstream. And I mean, we knew it was popular. Obviously, there's Grogu's freaking everywhere. I got a catalog today from Finger Hut, because I got a credit card with them when I was like 17 or 18 or something like that. And they always send me. There were 16 different Grogus in there.
Finger Hut still exists?
Finger Hut still exists.
Oh,
Dude.
my God.
They are still trying to get me, bro. Like, I paid you off. Leave me alone.
Dude, when I was growing up, those catalogs were like a plague on my house.
Oh, yeah.
My parents had those.
Yeah. Look at how affordable everything is. Yeah, but you're paying it off for 2.5 years at $30 a month for a Lego Grogu. So yeah, that was cool. That was cool to see. My question is, when this Baby Yoda thing wears off, is it going to remain popular? Because I feel like that was a flash in the pan.
That's one of those lightning in a bottle moments that it's going to be tricky to try to continue to bank on that, because we have to see that character evolve, and I don't think everyone's going to accept the evolution of Grogu. I think it's a really sensitive thing. I want to see him evolve. I want to see where this character goes. But all those people that came into it because it was like, Baby Yoda, they're going to kind of be off the ship at that point. Like, all right, well.
Or they'll want to see him grow. Like, now I've seen this character as a baby. I want to see what happens. How's this play out?
I mean, we got to see Groot as a feisty teenager.
Yeah. People love that, man. People loved it.
I don't think he's gonna evolve like a Digimon. Like, he's definitely gonna remain a child. He's gonna definitely remain small. But I do agree. I hope that they don't just keep him in a cloak. I hope he's not just I hope he is less traditional, I guess, to his species. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the fan art of him holding Din Djarin's helmet, and he was like a future bounty hunter. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, his own like Mandalorian armor. Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, but it was like, there's that one, and then there's the other one in the vein of Boba holding Jango's helmet, but it's Grogu holding Din Djarin's. It was really sweet. He's got like the little ball medallion hanging too on his like a necklace. Killer. Dude, so if we get like a bounty hunter Jedi Grogu, like what? That's what I want. I want a full-blown
I don't think
Jedi Mandalorian.
I don't think we're gonna see him for a while, to be honest. I don't think we're gonna see little Grogu for probably at least a season of Mandalorian, and past all of the upcoming series stuff. I don't think we're gonna see him.
Did you see the Sean Valoria custom figure of grown-up Grogu in Mando armor?
Oh.
No.
Check this thing out.
You got an image? Yeah, we got.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
yeah, dude.
Hold on, let me pop this up. Check this thing out.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Amazing.
He's got like the sword skull on his belt and a couple sabers.
I didn't play much of it, but that's got like a World of Warcraft feel right there.
Yeah.
Like an orc or something.
Goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
man.
that.
Collection of sabers there. Look at this.
Wow, that's a good picture right there.
Detail that they put into this thing is absolutely insane.
Dude, hell yeah.
It feels very Boba.
Right.
Yeah.
More than Din. It feels
there.
very Boba.
The desert lurker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very Boba.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And that's something that, like, okay, I might be able to get into that. But every time I think about Grogu and Mando armor, I just see like the kid whose Halloween costume doesn't fit right.
Yeah.
Like the 40-year-old in plate armor, just like clank, clank, clank.
I mean, what's it gonna take to make him armor? Like one little plate of Beskar, like one little puck,
Beskar. Yeah,
one puck of Beskar makes his entire armor. I mean, with some birds and all that fun stuff.
What?
Like,
guys, you're getting me hyped right now. Like, for real. Like, imagine a baby
adorable.
Grogu that has to go through.
Oh no,
we got you. Keep going, man.
See, he got so excited he overloaded his router.
I think I'm losing you. No, my internet's kicking out.
This can mean only one thing.
I mean, you're fading away a little bit, like you're gonna warp
So-
out of here. But
Disney literally hacked his IP because they were giving away some secrets.
Am I here?
That's what it was. Yep. Okay, I think he's gonna go restart his router.
all right, awesome.
But anyway,
I mean, it'll be cool, but I really don't think we're gonna see little Grogu for a while. Anyway, I think
I hope we don't.
I think it's gonna be a while before we run into the little dude, just because he's gonna be off with Luke, and I think Din's gonna be building his army. I think that's what the upcoming season holds. Is
well, in the news that came out about the 75 Mandalorians as extras.
I mean, look,
that
dude,
should speak volumes.
go back and watch a bunch of Boomer Councils ago. You can go back to the early days of what I've been saying, and kind of what I'm trying to base my fan fiction stuff off is that I really think the cinematic event that they are searching for is going to be the reclaiming of Mandalore. I think there's going to be a Din Djarin is basically, because he's won the Darksaber, he's basically now ruler of Mandalorians.
Yeah, he is Mandalore.
Friend and foe. So Death Watch and Bo-Katan's clan alike, like all of the clans now should support him, and I think it's going to be a little bit more of a call to arms, so to speak.
This is where the fun begins.
Yeah, buddy.
You're on this council?
Yes, the young man in the front.
Yes, the sir in the black and red shirt. Go ahead.
The one who showed us his crack.
But yeah,
earlier.
so we're gonna edit that out and post. It's fine.
No, you're not.
So what I was trying to get at is that, like, I get hyped about the facts. Grogu is a foundling. They're not gonna just give the homie armor. Like, he's gonna have to earn it. He's gonna have to pay for it, just like all of the other foundlings. So I think his armor is gonna be hype, and I think it's gonna fit like a glove, man. I'm beyond pumped for Grogu to start to grow. He's 50. Like, when is he going to speak? When is he going to not be stumbling around? Like, he doesn't walk. What's no strength in his legs. Like, he's got to start to do some stuff here.
They're just little. Like, think of Gingy in Shrek, like the gingerbread man. He got little legs, right? Like,
my gingerbread buttons.
It's not. It wasn't on. The little ones on keychains, and you had to remember to feed it. Do you remember those things?
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, dude. I had an R2D2. Wow. It was an oil bath type situation instead of feeding them.
That's killer.
It was cool.
It's definitely going to. Like I said, I don't think we're going to see Grogu for a while. I think the whole Luke showing up and taking him kind of puts him off screen for at least the better part of the season. I think the focus is going to be Bo-Katan and the Darksaber. I think that's the direction I think they're going to go, because that's what makes the most sense. That's definitely been the B story.
And you can't oversaturate is the other problem too, right? If you
there's a lot
with Grogu and Luke, people are going to get turned off to it,
Well, and we don't want it to turn into the Luke show, right? Like, it's still the Mandalorian. So he had a mission. His mission for 2 seasons was to get the foundling to his kind. He got his mission accomplished. So now he has a new mission, and that's, he agreed with Boba and Bo, hey, the kid's safe. Your debt's paid, and I told you I'd help you. So let's get this. And now that I own the Darksaber, let's really get this. I'm bound now. Like, he is literally at this point bound to Bo-Katan and the mission.
Did anybody else think it was kind of out of character that Boba Fett's like, I'm completely bound to you now because of what I said earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
Something going on with that.
What? I thought that was
code.
weird.
We don't know
like a Wookiee life debt
code.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so something else I wanted to talk to as well, and I know, Obsession, we kind of talked about this last night. Obviously, we got the news that Hayden Christensen is coming back. I'm super excited for it. We got the tweet. They know from Snips.
Oh.
That was like goosebumps.
Sky, you missed Sky Guy.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
Sky
of course.
Guy. They know.
Yeah.
See you soon, Snips.
So I thought that was awesome, and it kind of reaffirms the amount of love that she has for that character and how much time she spends with that character. That is 100% what Ahsoka would have said, right?
I think she was into Ahsoka before before she got cast, which was great. Like I think she was genuinely into Star Wars before she got cast, unlike a lot of other people. And I think she was already following Snips and her story way before that. I wouldn't be surprised if she read the novelization when she got cast, just to really dive into who Ahsoka is, because the book really dives into who she really is at her core, and how no matter how much she wants to walk away from injustice, she just can't do it. And so I think Rosario, she can't walk away from injustice. She can't watch people getting beat. She just can't do it. And I think Rosario really appreciates the character, and she's the kind of actress that does her homework.
Right. So all good things, right? We're all pumped. Now, there was some love from the fandom, which I was actually, you know what? No, there was some hate from the fandom. Let's start there and let's end on a positive note.
Yeah.
So I thought this was interesting. I was looking through, and of course, Twitter is an absolute cesspool, as it were, anyway.
This is true.
But there's an entire article here.
Oh, great.
An entire article here. And some twats saying the plot is already wafer thin, and now you're going to build a series around a bad actor. So how do you know what the plot is? First off, how the hell do you know what the plot is? Unless this guy is already a writer at Lucasfilm and just hates the fact that they're bringing Hayden back. Maybe he's jealous. I don't know, because he's swole. I don't know.
Well,
the plot is already wafer thin. What is that? How do you know what the plot is?
It depends on what. I mean, he's going to be in so much shit. It's not. I mean, you can't really say that. Number one, that he's going to be in Ahsoka. He's going to be in Kenobi. He's doing so many roles. So which plot is paper thin? Let's start there. Secondly, Keith Saunders, did you watch Star Wars, or are you just a flyby fan? Because if you're a flyby fair weather fan, have fun, kick rocks, and let's talk after he comes back and reprises a role that is iconic.
You know who that is, actually? I did some research. That's Phil McCracken.
I knew it.
You know, not for nothing. This was back in December. A lot of all we know about the show is that it's going to be Obi-Wan on Tatooine.
I didn't even look at the damn date stamp.
But I'm just saying, regardless of, like, maybe he is a general fan, and to general fans, the show is Obi-Wan on Tatooine with Luke.
Well, but
that's pretty paper thin if you don't think about, like, deeper plot stories.
Well,
like,
but they're saying
essentially leaving because of Leia.
Like that's the
well,
dig.
I mean,
he doesn't.
I mean, that's always been his dig. That not for nothing. That's always been his dig. He's not really ever been given a opportunity to really prove it. So I mean, trust me. Well, I am like a huge proponent of a Hayden Christensen renaissance. Like, I want him to be in this. I want them to be able to do a story with him and the live action Inquisitors. Who knows? Like, put him in everything as far as I'm concerned. But he does have to prove himself. You know, they're not going to just.
Yeah, I think he proved himself when he ate shit sandwich back in the day, even though he killed the role.
He ate a what?
He did fantastic in that role, and it was in ways that most people don't even catch. The way he spoke, the way his cadence in his words, his phrasing was Vader. The way he hung on certain syllables, this dude was doing an impression of James Earl Jones without sounding like James Earl Jones.
Agreed.
No, but he did sound like James Earl Jones. That's the great thing about it, is he went back and did his homework, and he was like, oh, okay, I have to enunciate here. I have to long out here. I have to slow the way I talk, because that's how James did it in the suit, right? Like, you have to, he went back and watched every Star Wars clip that had Vader in it, and he mimicked it to perfection. People thought he was talking slow because he was a bad actor. again, they don't understand Star Wars. They didn't watch the original trilogy and really dive into the nuances that Vader brought to the table and why he was talking like that. He needed breath. He didn't have a full set of lungs, so every word was a challenge. Every word to him was a whisper. Picture talking in a whisper. Every syllable is a whisper, right? Because he couldn't really talk. So again, these people they can shit on him all they want. Get ready, because you're about to have spoonfuls of Hayden. Spoonfuls. So get some sugar, just like Mary Poppins. Just get yourself a spoonful of sugar.
One of those,
because it's going to help the medicine come down.
Yeah, one of those last ones.
I was looking at the replies. The replies are hilarious. All y'all
one of those
going to be hopping on the bandwagon.
Yeah. Like I said, get your spoons ready, boys and girls, because Hayden is amazing in anything. Hayden's matured, and if not, he's going to be better.
Anakin didn't like sand, and I don't like you.
What did you see there, Hawk?
I was gonna say, like, one of the last tweets that was up there was something about Hayden is a bad actor. This was a bad choice. It's like, okay, so you recast him. Like, what's a better choice? You tell me, because there is literally no other choice.
That's the craziest thing. He's not a bad actor. So here, I'll throw 3 examples out there, and say what you will about these films. They're very different, but his performance is fantastic. Probably his best, Life as a House, co-starring with Kevin Kline. There's a movie called Awake, where he's experiencing the world while he's supposed to be in a coma, and people are like doing some messed up stuff. And Jumper was supposed to go off into a series. I wanted a sequel so bad to that, and he was outstanding in it. Like, he's not a bad actor.
Never got between Mace and Anakin.
Yep.
I mean, just
hashtag Mace Windu lives.
Even one further. Hashtag Mace Windu in Obi-Wan Kenobi. But yeah, I mean, I feel like look at what he did in episode 2, right? He played a bratty, overskilled teenager to perfection, right? Yeah, everything from somebody's echoing. Yeah, that was you. Everything from the scene in Padme's apartment where he's talking about, I'm more powerful and more wise, but I do appreciate, but even then it's a little bit of arrogance. Yo,
Tron,
I found
I got something to show you.
Out in the back, he was knocking on my door. He was like, "Hey, can I come in? I want to come in."
Tron, dude, I got this wicked Tron hoodie, dude. It's freaking sick.
Oh, that's actually super.
That is sick.
Okay. This guy fights for the users.
Yes, he does.
Yes, sir.
The drug users.
Wow.
Oh.
You gonna blow up his spot like that? That's messed up. Love it.
How you doing, buddy? Thanks for dropping by. I always love having a special guest on. Gotta bring a homie in to say what's up. Good to see you, Tron, smiling as always. Jealous of those damn teeth. You and your friggin' pearly whites. Pissing me off. Good to see you, bud. So I want to hear what your thoughts are. If you get a minute, type it up. What are you thinking about Hayden coming back? Because I'm super excited for it. And every time I see one of these people talking on Facebook and like the meme groups and stuff like that, they're like, the Star Wars fan base is so toxic. And I'm like, BS. I spend an entire workday every single week talking to Star Wars fans. Like, it's not toxic. And then I see those tweets and those people talking, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of bad, actually.
You know what happens is these people cannot have a debate. So whenever they are in a debate with someone that has a stronger opinion than theirs and they shut down, they're just like, oh, well, you're toxic. They can't have a conversation with someone.
Well, there is some toxicity in the
for sure.
There's quite a bit of I mean, if you're just talking about the YouTube community, there's a lot of end stabbing or backstabbing and end stepping. There's a lot of thievery and not everybody gets along, right? So and that's just before you get into theories. before yeah, and so
That's me now.
you know, and so there is a bit of toxicity to the community. The idea is to just rise above it, really, and try not to get thrown into it and let it affect your day.
What I don't understand is, I tried my damnedy dearest. I went and checked out the High Republic. I talked to big fans of the sequel trilogy. I mean, I got one on my panel right here. You know what I mean? Guy loves the sequel trilogy. That's fine. But if I say Rey is not a Skywalker, you know what the next comment is?
Damn remote gets me every time, right?
Dude, you're gonna bring that kid out of retirement.
Why?
That's got to be an NFT by now. I don't think you're allowed to even do this.
What is that? Everybody keeps saying NFTs. Everybody's about
Bro,
NFTs. What's that?
bro,
NFT?
we're not
Digital
going-
collectibles.
We're not going into this again.
the
Google
new
that
thing.
shit. We're not
Yeah.
going into this
All
again.
right.
We've done this already.
This is the Boomer Council. No place for that.
Bro,
here.
exactly. You got to Google
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand with the acronyms.
In this Vashagana world,
What
I
are you
don't
talking about?
understand the understanding of these NFTs.
So then we got two more tweets. I'm just going to read them. I'm not going to pull them up on screen. Really hope Hayden Christensen learned how to act since he was in Star Wars before. That guy is probably more of a plank than Daisy Ridley. The next one is Hayden Christensen is a bad actor. This is very disappointing news.
That was the one I saw.
Disappointing news having Anakin and Vader come back.
Mm-hmm.
What?
They wanted
Doesn't
Jake
make any
Skywalker
sense.
to reprise his role, actually.
Oh,
Stop it. Don't you start teeing up the ball. Don't get him started.
Wow.
Look at that face. He's so excited.
I said, look, I'm not just gonna crap on the sequels, okay?
I lied.
Totally gonna crap on the sequels.
Mm.
No, but we got so right after that, I was like, okay, there's got to be a positive spin on this somewhere, right? Of course, yeah. As soon as you pop open Screen Rant, all the other tweets start coming in. It's the return of the king.
Yeah, let's go.
And Hayden Christensen backs are okay. Anakin
Let's
and
go.
Luke just carrying Star Wars.
That was
Nice.
amazing.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hayden will be in 2 upcoming Star Wars shows, and this feels like a fever dream.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
Huh?
Who would have thought? Me.
Yeah, I mean, he stepped away from Hollywood and he did his thing, and yeah, I feel like this is the triumphant return that he deserves. So
There were a lot of people saying that it looked like he'd been doing drugs. I didn't say he looked tired, but I mean,
it looked like he'd been getting swole, is what I saw from the set pictures.
Yeah, dude. People don't know what
Yeah, like
fit
he was
is
getting
anymore.
But he's just older. His face changed a little
Yeah.
bit. But look, it's movie magic, man. He's
no.
gonna look like he's gonna look great. That's
It's
the thing.
perfect timing. Vader's a 40-year-old dude. It's
Yep.
perfect timing. Like
You
this
guys are missing that most recent photo of him just walking around. Like he's swole. Like
he's
not.
jacked right now.
Yeah,
Looking-
yeah.
He's
Okay.
hiding it. He's hiding
in
it at the cons, like with sweaters. Like you could tell, he's not wearing shirts and tight stuff. He's wearing baggy stuff at the cons, right? Like all
He's
of
trying
these
to get
pictures of fans.
Back to tank ready.
He's
He's
dude,
trying to
he's
get
getting
Kylo
Vader,
Ren belly button tunic
Dude.
ready.
bro. He's getting back into Vader form, bro.
Hell yeah,
Like,
dude.
It's
I
my-
want that. I want that. Him levitating in a ship above Mustafar, just in deep meditation, and then he finds out, like in meditation, maybe because Obi-Wan is also meditating, and they freaking something happens, man. I don't know. I want.
He saw
I want all
Ben
that.
Swallow and was like,
Where
"Hold
are
my
these
blue
set
milk."
pictures?
swallow. That'd be a good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
make me that shirt.
it's
You make that shirt.
it's I mean, think about this. If it goes well, if it goes really well, and like we all know, he's going to knock it out of the park anyway, but if it kills, like we all know it's going to, imagine them giving us a Vader, like just a straight live action, like scenes we wouldn't see somewhere else, right? Maybe they don't even have to be full length. They could be shorts. And
Yeah.
little 15-minute episodes of Vader around his castle.
Like a what if kind of thing.
No, like the moment scenes, right? In Vader comic, right? Like stuff like him bleeding the lightsaber, right? Like the crystal, like that whole exchange with Kenobi and him coming back to the light, like that whole moment scene could be one short 30-minute, here's something awesome because we had Hayden back. And it could be this awesome scene of when he first becomes Vader and he has to bleed his crystal, and it puts him in that kind of what if, if you will, scenario if he didn't go dark or if he came back to the light. And then it's just a blur, and then he meets Moment, and then that could open up the door to us seeing some Moment stuff.
I want to see
Hawks is like Hawks is
silence. Users, Tron is trying to speak.
Do it then.
All right, so I really don't care about the fucking toxic people. Hayden was for the 2 films. To me, it's law. It's perfect timing.
Tron,
not
I
wrong.
love you.
Seriously, this could bring those people back. All these
I'm
people
gonna
who
clip
are
that
all
and just
butthurt.
make a T-shirt that says "Tron's not wrong."
Tron did nothing wrong.
Yeah, it's a big thing. I think people. I mean, I read a study. In fact, yesterday I was reading a study that was talking about you get more likes, you get more people, retweeting and all that stuff with the negativity than you do the positivity. So I feel like a lot of these people are clickbaity anyway, and are looking to stir the pot as it is. And they're probably, fair weather fans. They like Star Wars when Star Wars is good, and they don't care the rest of the time. So, so take your, take your spoonful of sugar, because you're about to eat a big old scooping.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. Did nobody else get that? I'm alone. I'm looking for these set pictures, dude. I can't find it. You type in Anakin set pictures, Kenobi set picture Anakin, and it's just
I didn't think there wasn't
Hayden Vader suit, Hayden Christian
concept art. There's a couple clips of him walking down the sidewalk, and you can already tell like he's ready. Like,
he's
in like stuff is from episode 3.
No, there was some new stuff that came out that was him more, present day. That wasn't so. I mean, they're out there. They could have been taken down. There's a lot of stuff that's been up that's no longer around that I can't find.
Yeah, I think more than anything, what interests me the most, if they were going to do Vader content moving forward, is less about like his exploits and hunting Jedi. Like, yeah, that sounds cool, but I mean, we know Vader. We know he murders people. We got it in Rogue One. We got to see just like how savage this guy is. What I'm interested in is the emotional torment that he's going through, where he wants to kill the Emperor.
I want to see him in his castle, Mustafar Castle, moments where he's by himself, meditating. There's great stuff like that, like you mentioned in Vader Immortal.
Vader Immortal, when
he's trying to bring Padme back.
Yeah,
dude,
see, like
it's sick.
I cannot understate this enough. You guys need to read the Charles Soule Vader. It's all of this. His entire run of the comics is Vader trying to resurrect Padme, and it shows his hatred for the Emperor. He eventually convinces himself that the Emperor is the one who did it, and he discovers that ends up being true. That's the whole reason that he confronts Momin, uses the helmet, because he's trying to go through a portal to be able to bring Padme back. And it just gets crazy. Momin and him play off each other back and forth, and it ends in a climactic battle. But the first couple, like the second issue, is where he gets his Kyber from a Jedi and bleeds it. It all happens in the same run. Yeah, Charles Soule.
And it's great. It's
amazing.
Yeah, it's a great run. I mean, there's stories there that they could tell that it'd be a perfect time with Hayden coming back and Hayden making his big, triumphant return. What better time to just tell some of these stories that, they've told in comics, but now they have an opportunity. And I'm not saying make another movie or even another duration of show, but you can make shorts, you can make one-time spin-offs, a couple 20-minute episodes here and there that are not connected in any way to each other, but just tell a really awesome story of Vader, you know, something people, the common folk wouldn't know, but would love to learn.
That's what I'm saying. Like the emotional side of Vader, I think would be something interesting to explore, because that gives the character more depth. Vader hunting Jedi down, like, you know, save that for the video games and stuff like that. You know, save it for the comics. That's totally something that, you know, we can geek out on, but your casual fan probably, I mean, maybe they would be way into it, but I think if you explore the character where Anakin is still poking through Vader, that develops Vader more.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're leading with him being in Kenobi and Ahsoka, because those are the two Jedi he's most emotionally connected to. And then after after they've fleshed all that out for us, like, send it full send. Give us Vader. I want the Palpatine Vader, Lords of the Sith story, where they're trapped with that Jedi battalion or whatever, and they have to fight their way off the planet together. But
I'm not going to handle this one. Did somebody read that comic?
Palpatine wanted a dyad with Anakin.
Well, I mean, that's what he was trying to do.
he's talking about the
every
Secret of the
apprentice.
Sith.
Basically.
Yeah.
Every apprentice was the quest to find a better host. Like his vessel was old, and he wanted a better vessel. So he was trying. You know, Maul got defeated in the young part of his apprenticeship, but I'm sure he saw that in Maul. Dooku was kind of a bookmark, a place saver, if you will. And then obviously Vader and Luke were the ideal candidates for his Force essence, if you will.
Yeah, he's continuing what Plagueis was trying to do. It was about cheating death. That was his big thing.
Yeah, except Plagueis didn't want to. Plagueis didn't like the idea of Force essence transfer. Plagueis was trying to figure out a way to either discover Force drain to extend his life, or to manipulate the midichlorians into extending his life force. And that's the science that he was working on that supposedly birthed Anakin, right? He had manipulated the midichlorians in such an evil way, in a dark way, that the Force created Anakin to counter the what Plagueis had done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trigger everybody in here because I love the dyad, man,
and
I love everything about it.
Look, the first time I ever experienced a dyad in the Force was in the original KOTOR.
Yeah,
that's
right.
And I accepted it. I thought it was a cool storyline and wanted to see more. And you know, we got
that imagery right
more
there, dude.
I'm knee deep in it right now.
Right there.
I mean, truth be told, I'm knee deep. I'm like 200 hours into KOTOR right now, or into hour 200.
Such an amazing.
That imagery reminds me of the Prime Jedi. It reminds me of the Mortis. It reminds me of all that stuff, man.
I just can't stand fucking right. I just can't stand it. I don't want to be that guy, but dude, I
just
can't
poorly
stand
written.
it.
You know, it's not even the fault of the character. It needs more. It just needs more developing. We skipped a lot of her life. She's too old.
Rushed. It was
Too much of it. She wasn't doing anything. What do you mean it skipped too much of her life? She's sitting getting bread for changing junk.
Yeah, but you think she never really, you think she never ever experienced anything with the Force?
No.
Any kind of like.
No, I think that's why they call it The Force Awakens. I think that's why the whole premise of her story is that
when does it awaken?
Well, really, I mean, when she leaves the planet, it's almost like Jakku was almost like a mental prison, right? And as soon as she started to encounter other things other than the daily norm,
like a Force desert.
Oh, like a wasteland.
Lame.
But yeah, I mean, I think you know, actually, I think it was when she was flying the Falcon. I think that's you know, but she always had.
Everyone's like, say it's always been in you, Ray. So,
well, it was the first time Finn went Ray, and the Force went, I'm up.
Yeah. When you really look at it, she was very she had some Jedi traits. I mean, look at the linguistics portion of it. She understands so many different, she understands Chewie, she understands
Yep,
the droids,
and she's an amazing pilot, which is
I mean,
crazy. She can fight basically a Padawan Jedi and win, which is interesting.
But everybody loved that little girl in the Ninth Jedi whose dad just made sabers, and all of a sudden she picks one up, and now it changes colors.
It's a little bit different.
no,
I mean, the Force Awakens in her way faster than Rey. What do you mean?
What's up, Yankee?
I don't see, and I do agree with the idea that she is slightly overpowered in her beginnings. But
is she?
But
she's a little bit overpowered,
as was Luke in his beginning. So we really want
hand chopped off.
Bro couldn't even do a handstand.
Yeah, but in his early days with Yoda,
he's struggling with one rock. Like, you know what? Look at all of these.
Well, that's what happens when you've got that much Palpatine in you. I mean,
it's a lot of Palp.
It's a lot of Palpatine. That's a lot of.
It's the most convenient.
She went full Palpatine.
What did Luke say again at the end of episode 16?
Talent without training. I mean, Luke went and got his hand chopped off and learned a lesson, and Rey watched her friend get sliced in half and learned a lesson.
I mean, it's really his fault for cutting himself off.
What
this whole thing would have never happened.
From that?
I mean, really, I blame Luke because he would have found her if he was actually there instead of having a PTSD moment and running away. But that's the new Luke Skywalker apparently.
This has got so awkward in here.
He knows I'm just messing.
Quick, Tron, fill the silence.
Tron dropping up on quick.
Get the salt.
Where's the goddamn salt?
Where's the salt?
That was great. Yeah, I mean, it was but even Luke in the beginning, when he was playing with his new lightsaber, with his dad's saber, he was still doing pretty good from Jump Street, once he got described what the Force was a little bit,
Are you comparing the original trilogy to the sequel trilogy right now?
I mean, I'm comparing character dynamics and character building,
There's no comparison.
She had a hard time. He had a hard time,
She had a hard time.
She had a hard time.
Did she?
Yeah, I think she did. I think they lived very similar lives.
She grew up with no parents.
Trapped on a desert planet.
He had an uncle. He had an uncle and an aunt that gave him a job and a roof over his head. And she was literally working for a slaver, sleeping in a downed AT-AT, bro. Like,
I mean, but if all the machines,
I would not have made it
living in. That was the pretty gangster one to live in. I mean, it's roomy, one person, one bedroom.
I mean, look, if I'm making a man cave, it's going to be a downed AT-AT.
Yeah, bro. Like that was 2 thumbs up.
I always thought she was like Aladdin, and like, why can we accept a character like Aladdin? We don't know his parents. We don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like they've been out here by themselves. That's enough for me, man.
Does anybody else find it hilarious that Ezra was the Aladdin of Star Wars and he's now going to be played by Aladdin?
Yeah.
Yep. Dude, and Kanan literally says
ironic, isn't it?
Bro, Kanan literally says street rat in one of the episodes. Street rat.
I'm gonna put the music from Aladdin and in the song when he's singing in the streets, dodging the guards. I'm gonna put that to Ezra.
Jump head of the Jedi.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that to Ezra's first scene in Rebels. Oh, bro.
I just hope he does well, man. I'm actually kind of worried.
He's gonna do good. He's gonna be all right now.
Yeah,
he's a fan too, which is awesome.
Bring him back in. That's the big question. How do they bring this dude back in? It's like,
Tron is trying to speak.
Do it then.
A war of inner self between Vader and Anakin. To be honest, it's similar to people with disabilities. A lifelong war that always teetering. Let me tell you something that you don't know about me. I sense people's auras when they are close to me. I like to think that it's my Jedi power.
I like that.
It's very true. or
Dude,
is it very strong?
You're
as
like
sick?
What's his name in Fallen Order, dude? You get that
Yeah,
like
he's
that
sus.
vibe. That
Tron is sus as fuck.
Well, I mean, and I kind of absolutely agree with that because they say when you lose one sense, you pick up your others are magnified, right? And so if you have,
Yep.
if you have the loss of one, why wouldn't the universe grant you the ability to feel others?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
100%.
So I can
cool,
dig
man.
it. I'm behind it.
That is very cool.
I just like I kind of like the disability aspect of that. That Tron, I mean, that Vader is actually Vadra. I like that, and I'm not calling him anything else other than Vadra ever again.
That's
Vadra.
the Hayden. That's the Hayden Vader, not the James Earl Jones.
Vadra.
Darth
He was totally
Vadra.
dealing with that stuff, man. He was super pissed about it. He's like, he was like John McCain. He's like, I can barely lift my hand, over my shoulders. Everything is heavy and clunky, and I'm constantly getting poked with needles and stuff.
I would say go one step deeper into that. I like where Tron's kind of living in that, because I would very much like to see, if we're going to use Christian Haydenson in this awesome way to give us more Vader stories, then give me scenes of Anakin. Give me scenes of Anakin feeling like he's trapped in a cage, right? Dark room by himself, screaming at the top of his lungs, right? At Vader, right? And then the overlording voice of Vader over top controlling the situation. Like, basically have him almost in shackles, so to
Tron,
speak.
what's got you in fits right now, bro?
Is it because he said Christian Haydenson? Because
Did I
that got
heard
me
that.
wall
Christian
feeling
Haydenson?
weird.
Yeah, I did.
I wasn't
Fake
gonna
fan,
repeat it.
shadow band.
Big fan. Long time listener, first time caller. But yeah, I mean, I would like to see some of those moments, right? If it's possible to use Hayden in this time to give us some of these side stories that are showing the depth of really what Anakin was going through during the time of Vader's rule. Show me, him in these cage situation with Vader pushing and suppressing him down more and more inside of his body in the cage that Anakin really lives in. And then maybe give us that moment when he slips out, when he says Ahsoka's name, right? Show me that moment in live action where maybe we see her with her white lightsabers after that moment, and then it's Anakin that escapes for just a second, and then you see Vader, like you see maybe the lights change and it brightens the room, and he says Ahsoka's name, and then boom, everything blacks back out and he's pushed to the floor by Vader, right? Like show that internal battle that we were talking about, right? That real deep emotional shit that he's going through.
Yeah.
Dude, he could have like a Dagobah cave style moment where it's Hayden versus Vader. Like literally have it happen. Hayden fighting someone in a Vader suit.
I want it.
That'd be sick.
Bro.
I want it.
I mean, there's so many opportunities here. I just feel like using them in just these movies is a great way. But if it's the true Return of the King, right? If it's he's making his triumphant return and everybody loves what he's going to do, because they will, give him these little snippets to show us the inner Vader, right? Show us the Anakin in the cage that is Vader, right? Like I want to see some of that stuff also, not just the building and bleeding of sabers. Or
we want to see Anakin shine through Vader because we know he's been there the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. But the Ahsoka moment is a perfect moment as when he shined through, or
I think I was on Theory Stream and I was talking about him. Like, didn't his eyes turn blue in
No,
the
they
Clone
didn't.
Wars? Yeah, and
in
so
Clone Wars season 7, yes,
Yeah.
right. And that's what I'm saying. That moment where he
did
picks up
turn blue.
Yes.
When
For a split second when he says her name.
Yeah, because no, not in
edit.
Rebels. It was in season 7 of Clone Wars when he picks up Ahsoka's saber and he looks up at Morai. Vader didn't need to travel to some frozen
You don't
moon.
see his eyes.
you can see through the red glass if you look at it. They're not.
Shenanigans.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bro,
I was
nah,
thinking
I ain't
Rebels.
going down
I
that
ain't
path with you.
buying that
I was
shit.
thinking Rebels too because I thought it did.
No, Rebels. They
When
were
they're
always
fighting and she
Rebels when
smashes
half of his shit's cut
No.
off.
100%
That
no.
was
Pull it
a
up.
fan edit where his
got
eyes
Disney
turned
Plus.
blue, and
No.
I took it. I don't know why my brain was like, "Oh yeah, that's canon. That's what happened."
No.
Because I could have sworn then they turned back to the yellow and
Twin
orange.
Sons episode, right?
No, I got it.
No,
right
no,
here.
that's the
All right.
mall one.
Yeah,
It was,
pull it up.
It's
Sure.
season
2
2's
finale.
finale.
Yeah, season 2 finale. It's the
Really cool.
Twilight of the Apprentice 2.
Yeah.
I got it coming up.
You can see his eyes turn blue
Nope.
under the mask.
Nope, I just watched it yesterday. I literally just
Right, but that's what I'm with you, X-Wing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing
Right here.
blue through the red.
Yeah, no
visor
way.
either.
It's right
No,
here.
he fires up a blue lightsaber, doesn't he? Though on that, and we're talking about Clone Wars.
Tron, can you light this guy up?
Here
He's
you go.
misinforming people.
Here you go.
Tear him down. Throw him from the walls.
Okay, all right, yeah, here's that moment.
He's
Right.
like, oh fuck.
It's like right after she swipes up, and
Yeah, no,
gets
that's a
half the
fan
mask.
edit.
It's
This
coming
is a
right here.
fan edit.
This is a fan edit.
Yep.
No, this is
No,
this is
I have been through this conversation more than once.
Bro.
Go back and pull it
No,
up.
he's on Disney
I'm
Plus.
on
right
Disney
now.
Plus right now, my guy.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
He is.
I don't know what you're talking about. Boom, he says their name,
uh-huh.
he turns around, and
Turn it.
boom,
Oh,
yellow,
they're orange. Oh,
Yellow.
yellow.
Yeah.
But wait,
right? So
because he's
that's
Are
talking
you
to her, and
arguing
she
that they
says
turn blue?
Anakin.
I'm telling you they don't turn blue.
That's what I'm arguing, that they don't.
Yes, here they don't. Here they don't. Matt, I think Matt Caver, one of the guys was saying.
I also thought
Oh.
they did in this.
I thought they were blue for a moment.
No, here they're red the whole time until he lights his saber, and then they get really, really yellow.
Yeah, there was a fan edit where they turned blue for a second, which I think they should have done.
Oh,
Oh, you
maybe
see
that
his
was
pupil
what I saw.
dilate when he fires up the
Yep.
saber.
Oh yeah, he's
Maybe
mad.
that's what I saw. Then was a
smells
fan edit.
good.
He's mad.
Sick.
Big mad. So salty.
But yeah, he and then let me go back to I'll go back to Clone Wars real quick and show you, because I interpreted it like they were not.
Figured Lucy Lawless might play Cara Dune. Does anybody have any actual belief in that?
What? That's the first I'm hearing of that.
The
Yeah,
age.
Xena
I would be okay with
play-
it if it was like
We talk
8 years
Xena,
ago.
Warrior Princess.
Yes,
Oh my
fucking
God.
Lucy
Yeah.
Lawless.
Well,
Yeah.
then you know what? Then they got to throw Kevin Sorbo in there somehow.
Kevin Sorbo.
Who's Kevin Sorbo?
Who's he gonna play?
Dude, here's a
Hercules.
deep
Sorbo.
cut. She's
Hercules.
amazing in Spartacus. You guys see Spartacus?
Spartacus.
Yeah, I
was
saw her
great.
Dude,
get
she
railed in
is
Spartacus. I don't want to see her
amazing
in
in that.
dude.
She got railed in Spartacus. Please don't come to Star Wars after that.
I mean, you're
Cleeps, chack, full cleep, chack, and why can't I say that? Clap, cheekin, clapping,
she clapping.
clapping.
This
Wasn't she the
boomer.
one in
Stuff
Eurotrip?
was hitting her in the face.
She was the
She
one
can't
in
be
Eurotrip where the dude gets stuck in the room with all the events, and she's like, "Here's the safe word," and it's like a gigantic, huge German word. She's like, "Is that what you said? Are you sure?"
You brought it up.
What is Kevin Sorbo played as?
Hercules, bro.
alongside Xena.
Oh my god. Okay. So the reason I was asking was because Dash Rendar, Kevin Sorbo, Dash Rendar. I'm like, you have to be a very particularly looking person to play Dash Rendar. Perfect.
Sorbo could
Yeah.
do that.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That would be cool.
Kevin Sorbo, good grief.
Wow.
Shit, people would probably be more excited about Kevin Sorbo returning as Vader than they are with Hayden.
Oh my god.
Kevin Sorbo is what the
Yes.
what?
Yeah, you heard it.
What?
Yeah, bring him back, put him in a suit.
You know what? That actually reminds me. Going back a bit when we were talking about how
No, there
Anakin's
was a fan
portrayal
of it.
of Anakin, right? He wasn't at the end of episode 3. That was not going to be Hayden in the Vader suit,
Right.
but Hayden pushed for it. The way he holds himself, especially in episode 3, is very Vader-like, and he
Yeah.
prepped himself for the mannerisms and the way he held himself while standing to
Yeah, it
be
was
ready
big
to be
deep
in the
energy.
suit.
Yeah, like.
And he convinced George. He's like, I can do this. He knew there was a height difference. That if you notice that particular shot, they have it. They're angling up a little bit to give him some height.
Yeah, because wasn't Krause like 6'5"
Krause
or something?
Huge.
Yeah.
So, but he did it, man. He pulled it off. That's Hayden in the suit.
Yeah, they have a couple set photos where it's him with the helmet off,
Mhm.
and you can see Hayden with the full Vader suit on. So sick.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
man.
you do the same though? You're like,
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna hand this off.
Yeah, no,
You know
I
what
got to
mean?
do it.
Yeah, I've been on this journey.
So this is what
Oh,
you were talking about,
That's
right?
the fan edit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fan edit. Yeah, play that real quick. Hold on, let me full screen you. Okay, send it. Oh,
No, it's just a zoom in on the still.
yeah, that's not the That's not the one.
See, but for some reason I had a memory of
Dude,
it just had
Mandela
in my
effect.
mind's eye of seeing his eyes turn.
That's how I
Got me
was
too.
too. And you know what? I remember now. I was actually on a Facebook group, and I got arguing with somebody about it. And I'm like, no, the eyes turned blue. And he's like, go back and watch it on Disney. And I watched it, and I'm like, oh my god,
Bernstein Bears.
yeah, it was a Bernstein Bear kind of thing.
That is real.
Yeah.
We'll have a whole nother discussion about that
yeah.
some other time. But dude, that shit is real.
What,
I
the
wanna
Berenstain
go
Bears?
back
The
to
Mandela
watching
effect
things.
of all this
Yes.
stuff, dude. Yeah. Bernstein
Did
Bears.
anybody see the trailer for what was it called? Lightyear?
Lightyear?
Yeah,
Oh,
I did a
I'm
reaction.
So good.
I can't wait.
I'm like stupid excited for that.
One of my favorite comments on the bottom of whatever channel I watched the trailer on was, I didn't know it until now, but I've waited my whole life to hear Chris Evans say to infinity and beyond.
Infinity and Beyond.
Is that who's?
Mhm.
It's not Tim Allen.
No, it's Chris Evans.
It's Chris Evans.
Why?
Yeah.
So check this out. You got to look at this from a certain point of view.
Oh,
Buzz Lightyear is a toy
of
Right.
a person.
of a series, of a thing.
Right.
This, we're getting the series that he's a toy of, or the movie
Right.
that he's a toy of.
So they couldn't
Why
have
would
the
Tim
same
Allen
voice.
not- What?
They typically wouldn't have the same voice. I mean, does a toy always sound exactly like the guy?
I mean,
I'm
look at it like
thinking
this.
that if you're Andy and you're playing with the toys, you would voice the toy in the voice that you heard in the movie.
Yeah, but the toys aren't the toy. Andy's not creating the toys' voice. The toys have their own voice. They have their own little souls.
This is
It's like a
another
voice box.
This is just a
Oh, you put your hand down.
You're reaching.
You put your hand down.
I can almost guarantee it's because Tim Allen is a Republican. And they're like, yeah, we're not. Gonna
I am gonna go with okay.
The Fox Network isn't making it. I mean,
Dude, I'm psyched, man.
Bullshit.
I want to see it. I want to see
If it was
full
on
Pixar
CMT.
CG Zurg.
It's actually Matt Cave, believe it or not. Matt Cave is going to be doing the voice of Zurg.
Yeah.
mm.
I'm just kidding. It's Amy Schumer.
Oh God.
Yeah. The fact that they're not bringing Tim Allen back for it. He's the perfect voice for Buzz. He has and always will
It's
be.
a different kind of Buzz. This isn't going to be the same Buzz Lightyear. That he's not going to be as goofy. Like this is
want the same Buzz Lightyear. Give me my childhood.
Obsession. Help me on this one.
I can't. He's getting angry. He's getting angry. Finish that pint, and then we'll talk.
Fine.
You just want to see it say Andy on his foot, and then you're going to cry. Oh, speaking of Buzz Lightyear and Star Wars, have you guys ever watched the fan film someone made, Buzz Lightyear versus Darth Vader?
I think I did. I think I've
Buzz
seen
Lightyear
that.
would get his shit chopped quick. It's
Dude.
like walking into the barber shop. He would
But
get wrecked.
Let me tell you, it's not only is it good, it's actually quite great, but the
Let's watch it.
ending grabs your heartstrings, man.
How long
It's
is it?
gory too, right?
It's pretty brutal. I think
Yeah.
it's long. It's like
I
at
remember
least
it
10
being
minutes
gory.
or more. It gets intense. I don't know if that's something you can actually just play on the stream or whatever, but when you get a chance, watch it all the way to the end.
Do
Because
it.
they pull at your heartstrings.
Buzz Lightyear versus Vader.
Versus Vader. I remember when I saw it pop up once, like a while
7
back.
million views in 5 minutes long.
Dude, oh,
Yeah,
it's
bro.
that short?
It's
Oh,
good.
wow.
I'm kind of into it. Yeah, I'll watch that.
It's good stuff.
I'm watching like the little thumbnail preview. It's a terrible Vader.
It's a great buzz, though.
Great buzz. Yeah, he doesn't even have a cape on though. Like, come on. So, let's do real quick before we head out of here. I did want to do a toy talk for anybody that's still hanging around. So, good news for anybody who does not have Antoc Merrick Xwing. If you wanted to buy one, it is now shippable from Target. So you don't actually have to go into the store. The funny part was I got a restock alert from my Target today that said, hey, we've got Antoc Merrick Xwing. Like, bye, boss. Sorry, I'm taking my lunch at 9:30 in the morning. I freaking drove down to Target, picked up the Antoc Merrick Xwing. As I get back in my work van and open up my phone, there's a Twitter notification from Yakface. He's like, hey, by the way, you can ship to the house now. Classic. Classic Xwing. Friggin' perfect. So
how'd that X-Wing taste for lunch?
Well, it was about $104, which is not great, but oh my god, look at that ring light is just going crazy. But what is cool about this, and something they didn't do for the Luke Skywalker X-Wing, is you do get Antoc Merrick on card back with the X-Wing, which is nice.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was pretty pumped about that. I think it's still going to be the shitty X-Wing that Hasbro pumped out with the Luke one, where nothing stays open and it falls over all the time, and you paid $100 for basically a piece of crap. But I'm X-Wing. What are you gonna do? And the only other figure they had on a peg was Lando vintage collection. So I picked him up too. Okay. $11. It's just
silence. Users, Tron is trying to speak.
Well,
all right, fam. I wanted to pop in for a bit. Love you all.
Great to see you, Tron.
I love you too, brother. You take care. Thank you so much for popping on Boomer Council, man. It's good to see your smiling face. I can't keep you on too long because you start to draw some of the beauty and the energy of me away. So I have to take you off, because if
the auras, bro, he can probably drain our essence at this point. He's been here for too long.
He's like a soul.
Wow.
All the attention goes. He's all sticking out his tongue. Somebody get this man off my stream.
Jeez.
Tron, I love you, buddy. I will see you again shortly, my friend. Have a good night, okay? Peace. God, I fucking love that guy.
He's the best.
He's funny. That's a funny man, I tell you. So there was that. Excited about Antoc Merrick. And then I think, Matt Cave, you had some trouble finding sabers, or you were thinking about buying one and haven't found it yet?
I'm between 3 different sites now currently. I've got Crimson Dawn that you recommended to me. And I just looked into 2 other sites that I didn't even know existed. One called the Pox Store, and the other one is Saber Trios.
Okay.
And oh god.
No, go ahead.
There's a lot of similar ones on there, but the biggest thing is, like, I want something nice, and then every time I'm trying to go by what everybody's talking about, it quickly gets to that like $500 and something range, when then shipping it's going to be like $600 for the thing, and I'm like, oh my god, my wife's going to kill me.
You can kill her with your
challenge her to it. Are you kidding? She'll fight 30. I won't win that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have something eventually. I think I'm gonna have to downgrade my want.
No.
And no.
See, I'm looking for 2, so I'm just waiting until I'm ready for both.
So something cool that Crimson Dawn does. Like, do you want 2 because you want 2 particular ones, or you just want 2 sabers so that you can fight with them?
I just need 2 that can be read in theory. change color. They
Go
don't
to-
even
I
need
saw
to
a cool
necessarily change
Go to
color.
crimsondawn.com. They have literally right now, you can go to in stock sabers and they actually sell a pair of shades for like $140. You get they're baselit, they're not NeoPixel, but you can get 2 baselit sabers with basic sound font packages for like $140. Now, anybody who knows Ultra Sabers, those guys, they're so good. You can't get the hilt for $140. It's redonkulous. So just the LGT stuff, I would recommend anybody who's going to buy a saber, buy from an LGT reseller. I recommend Crimson Dawn because I know them. I've done business with them for a long time.
What was the name you said for those two for the pair?
It's I think they're called Shades. It's on crimsondawn.com. But
oh yeah.
I would say if you're getting above $200, don't save $90 and buy something that you're not going to be happy with. Spend $300 and get a NeoPixel that has a Profi board, has the sound fonts that you want, has smooth swing, all that stuff that you want from a saber, because you're going to spend $205 and be pissed.
That's the trickiest thing about it. Is like I want the smooth swing. I want the LEDs in the blade, but that jumps the price up.
Yeah, that's
$220 like right away. And so then I'm thinking like, do the hilt LED ones, the one with like the 3 LEDs in the hilt, do those have smooth swing?
Sort of. They have.
The other thing too is that like I always wanted it to like rise up. Like I think the fade in, the fade out is cool looking too, but I've always, if I was going to get one, I was like, I want the saber to light up and then come back down.
You won't get that without a NeoPixel. So those are 2 different things. NeoPixel and a Profi board are 2 different things. You can have a NeoPixel without a Profi board. I remember because I spent a bunch of money on one and I turned it on and I'm like, oh no.
Well, the Profi boards with all the sounds and everything, right?
Well, the Profi board handles the smooth swing.
Oh, okay.
So you can have a saber that has the up down effect without having a Profi board, but you're going to miss the smooth swing. So if I could just recommend one thing to you, buy a Profi NeoPixel saber, and then you can start, like, after you have that in your hand and you play with it, you can be like, okay, do I want to spend $600 on like an Electrum Sabercraft smartphone enabled crazy saber that does like all these different things? I don't think that you need that. My Profi NeoPixel from Crimson Dawn, it scratches my itch when I need it. There's an awesome Dooku. There's a great Luke. There's a great Vader. The blade expands and contracts at different speeds depending on what sound font that you have. Like the Vader is like, you know what I mean? The Luke, and it's green.
What I got to do at some point is like I got to hit you up on like Discord or something. I got to go like shopping with someone. Like that's what I'm like. I'm trying to
live stream,
trying to learn all this stuff and like figuring it all out. I've been watching this guy's.
Give you 6 websites. Open up all the websites, and we'll go through each one.
It's fun, but it's
so I'm looking at like
stressful.
600 for this package with the nice Profi core and the 2 ends from Crimson. This is
are they replica sabers?
The Warrior of Darkness Shade Bundle.
Okay, so it's a shade bundle, but you're doing 2 Profi NeoPixel sabers. Yeah,
right.
So you're paying $300. I wouldn't recommend that.
And it probably has the connector too. If you notice, some of those have the connectors. So
that's what they're saying. Together. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't need something that the sound would be nice. It's not a deal breaker, but essentially,
are you looking to like
just
duel with them?
No, cosplay. That's it.
Get a baselit.
Yeah, and just red and whatever.
Yeah. Dude, so when you go to pick your sound package, do the bottom one.
Right.
Because you're not going to be worried about what your sound sounds like as you're walking around a convention or anything like that. And you get 2 sabers and you get a
V6
connector, so you
core.
can double. Yeah, the V. Yeah, The Crimson Core.
And then in here you choose your sound, you said?
Well, you choose the sound package.
I think it said like they have like 9 sound fonts, and then there's all the different colors.
Oh, you're saying within the...
There's a base at a 6, which I have, and then there's also the RGBX, which has the Eco Smooth Swing, which is not really smooth swing, and then they have Profi NeoPixel, which is real
to answer Green Lantern, it's Fight Club. I talked about it.
You're not supposed to talk about Fight Club.
I broke rule number 1.
You broke it. That's it. You're back to square one.
You lost the game.
Game's over.
Anyway, all right. We've been running for an hour and 10 minutes. This was a good stream. I feel like we covered some ground. Mr. Matt Cave, let's do a live stream on Sabers. I know that Master Paul, of two Star Wars guys is going to do one as well. So we can do that. But I would love to do a Saber buying video, because aside from LGT and then aside from like master replicas, there's also all kinds of other stuff you can buy. So there's a lot to cover when it comes to Saber collecting, but it's definitely one of my big hobbies, and I have a fair amount of information when it comes to it. So I'm excited to talk about
if we're doing that, if we're doing that on the Matt Cave, I would join, and I would actually buy them too.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm ready.
Nice.
If it's 200-ish for 2,
just buy a baseline.
Yeah, I'm down.
Mr. Obsession, I bought merch from you recently.
I know, you should be getting it soon.
I know, I'm very excited about it.
Did you get one of those hoodies? It's so
I did. I saw you had it on stream, and I'm like, fuck, I need that. Oh, I need that. Like,
it's actually my new favorite hoodie. Like, no joke. It's the best one I have.
I read the item description. It was haunting. I'm like, God, I need this. It's like wearing a pillow.
It speaks to your soul.
Yeah.
And then it also comforts it when you wear it.
My little security blanket.
It's very comfortable. That is probably my favorite shirt right now. I'm digging it. I think we're gonna order some hoodies. So yeah, we're gonna do more stuff with that.
I got the sweatshirt because this room that I have in the back of the house, like I have a wall heater in my house, so it touches nothing but like the living room and maybe my bedroom on a good day. So I'm gonna be cold back here streaming through.
Are those
season?
Are those fitteds or are those flex fit? What are those hats?
They're flex fit, and his is trucker.
Dude, yes.
I did a bunch of truck.
To talk to you. I'm to talk to you soon about that.
It was a limited run. If you weren't part of it, you missed it.
But yeah, and then send me whatever logos you guys have of your own too. Like I'll run some stuff. I did it for Daryl. I'm reworking his right now. But
no, come on, it's exclusive.
Mine's are in development.
Yeah, let me know. I prototyped the shit out of it.
Make it.
Lightsaber
giveaway. Ooh, lightsaber giveaway.
She hates that.
What's that?
I just said, hi, Mrs. Matt Cave, and she's just like,
yeah.
Telling me to shut up.
Shut up. Stupid camera. Stupid YouTube.
Stupid sexy Matt Cave.
Stupid Star Wars.
She won on that one.
What'd she say?
I forgot to put my son's laundry in.
Oh, step into my office. Why?
Well, she's about to beat that ass.
I'm sorry.
Get him.
I'm very sorry. Can I buy a lightsaber still?
No.
God damn it.
Someone clip that for the love of God. All right, boys. Thank you, everybody, for showing up for another edition of the Boomer Council. Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank, obviously, my co-host, Obsession, Hawks Holocrons, and the Matt Cave. If you haven't already, please go over. We have been dropping links every 5 minutes. Go subscribe to the homies, man. If you like this content, then you know you're going to love their content. So I think that's it for me, boys. Anything you want to say in parting?
I have a Lightyear trailer reaction dropping tonight. I'm thumbnailing it and loading it right now. So check that out. It's with my new green screen setup. So I'm nervous as hell, but I appreciate any feedback. I really do appreciate feedback. So
we got you covered.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
I'll be there. All right, everybody. Good night. May the force be with you always.